Hello. So I decided to do the project. I decided to do a burn book about her because obviously one of the things that most impacted her life was Mean Girls. So I thought it would be a good idea to make a book about her life and put everything in the book, obviously. But I made the book kind of look exactly like it, exactly like how it looks in the movie. So I think that's actually kind of cool. I tried to put all of the scribbles on there and da-da-da-da-da on the back. It's not that good. But it's the same thing as kind of in the movie, so yeah. And then, okay, I did decide to do it a little bit differently because I will go off track if I were to just go like that, point stuff out. But I'm gonna do it in the little intro, so you can skip ahead if you want. But I decided to do, I think these are really cute, the little stickers and then the feathers. I only did it on the main page. I should have put the feathers throughout it more, but that's okay. And then I really liked how I put the fabrics behind some of the pictures. That's really cute. And then it was looking really plain, so I decided to take a highlighter throughout it. And since it's Rise to Fame, I put rhinestones on it because it's really, really cute. And I'm a rhinestone galley. But I liked how I wanted to put quotes throughout it, so, because in Mean Girls, they're kind of rude, so. And then I did Freaky Friday backwards. I thought that was a good idea. But I just didn't want it to look too plain, so I tried to put stuff around it. And then this page, obviously. I mean, you're gonna see it all, but I just want to explain it. And then the fabric I told you about. It's nothing really about this, just her music page, other movies. I should have printed out other movies, but dude, printer ink's expensive, so I didn't print out much. Well, I did print out a lot, but still. And then, oh my gosh, the headlines. Okay, what I thought was crazy. So, looking at these headlines, I don't know. Just the fact that this was happened, how can you do that to somebody? Just put baby powder on them, and then. But I circled all of the stuff in the headlines that was about her. And then we go to the struggles. Oh my gosh. Okay, I put this picture because she's burning the magazines. And then I liked how I wrote struggle. I don't know. And then what else can I show you real quick? I did put the arrest timelines. I know that's not really needed, but it shows that I don't know, the complications that they've went through, and that this, I don't know, it's just really impactful. It impacts somebody. And also, I didn't mention this in the book, but she wouldn't show up to her she wouldn't show up to her movies. What is it called? She wouldn't just show up to the movie filming. She wouldn't show up. So that made her very unreliable, for people to hire her as someone. But makes sense. And then this, I did reputation and reality. I did a half and half because half and half. And then, okay, in this picture also, it was iconic back then. Just because the three of them, Britney Spears, I put clouds as the underline because I thought that was cute. And then I put a picture of her and her husband to show that she's created a very peaceful life for herself. But also, I did hear that she tried to, not hear, but I did read that she did try to steal a baby when she first moved to Dubai. So that's something. I put flowers on this page because it's when they got married, and I thought that was cute. And I put hashtag married life. That's cute. And then I put a ring. Cute. And then really that. Oh, I put a baby foot. And then that's really it, though. I mean, there's nothing really else too special about this. I just really wanted to talk about this because I'm a yapper, and I also had to write a script because I knew that I was gonna go off key with what I was saying. I bet that this intro is gonna be 6 minutes, but that's okay. And also, hopefully by the outro, I look like Lindsay Lohan. If not, I didn't feel like getting ready. Lindsay Lohan is an actress who produced music in the past. She is a public figure who became famous at a very young age. She is best known for movies such as The Parent Trap and Mean Girls. However, her creativity goes beyond acting. Her ability to take on different roles, express emotion, and adapt throughout her life shows strong creative thinking. Some people view her as a lost potential, while others see her as someone who has shown resilience and growth. Lindsay Lohan was raised in New York by her parents, Dina and Michael Lohan. Her mother was very involved in her early career and helped manage her as a child. However, her father had legal issues and their relationship was unstable. Her parents eventually divorced in 2007. This family environment likely influenced her development, showing both support and conflict can impact a person's life and creativity. She began her career at a very young age, starting with modeling and appearing in over 60 commercials. These early experiences helped her become comfortable in front of the camera and build confidence. This is important because it shows how her creativity and performance skills started developing early, which later contributed to her success as an actress. During The Parent Trap, Lohan had to switch between her characters, playing two different identities. She had to go above and beyond to make the twins noticeable from one another. Not many people can play the role like Lohan had. From there, she continued acting in bigger films and became one of the most popular teen actresses of the early 2000s. This shows how her creativity and talent allows her to gain widespread recognition and influence. In Freaky Friday, she had to act like an adult trapped in a teenager's body. This required creativity because she had to change her behavior, voice, and personality to match a completely different character. She also balanced comedy and emotion while showing musical talent, which demonstrates versatility. This shows that creativity involves adapting to new and unusual situations. In Mean Girls, she plays Katie Heron, a character who goes through a major transformation. She starts as an outsider that becomes part of a popular group and eventually loses and finds her identity again. This shows creativity because she had to portray different sides of the same character, including innocence, confidence, and conflict. This movie also had a huge cultural impact with quotes and themes that are still relevant today. It explores identity and social pressure, which connects to Lindsay Lohan's real life, where she was also influenced by fame and public expectations. In addition to acting, she also explored music. She released albums like Speak and A Little More Personal. Music allowed her to express herself in a more personal and emotional way. This shows her that her creativity is not limited to acting, but extends into multiple forms of expressions. And continue acting in several other films. These roles show that she did not limit herself to one type of character, but instead explored different styles and genres. This reflects creativity because it shows a willingness to try new things. As Lohan became more famous, she faced constant attention from the media and paparazzi. Every part of her life was public. This created a lot of pressure as she was constantly judged for her actions and personal decisions. This environment can impact creativity because it affects mental and emotional well-being. She faced many struggles in her career, including legal ones, substance abuse, and negative media attention. These challenges affected her career and public image, leading to her lost opportunities. She faced several legal issues throughout her career, which are shown here in a timeline. These incidents include DUI arrests, probation violations, and court appearances. These challenges had a major impact on her career and public image. This timeline shows how pressure of fame and personal struggles acted out can lead to serious consequences. Michael Lohan faced several legal issues throughout his life, including arrests and time in jail. These situations created instability and conflict within the family. This is important because the family environment can have a strong influence on a person's development, especially at a young age. She was often seen by the public as troubled and defined by her mistakes. However, this reputation does not fully reflect reality. She was a talented actress from a young age who faced intense pressure and constant media attention. This page shows the difference between how she was perceived and who she actually is. It highlights how public opinion can shape a person's identity, even if it's not completely accurate. She later moved to Dubai in 2014 to step away from the constant attention of the media and paparazzi. In Dubai, I think it's illegal for the media to take pictures of you. So this allowed her to live a more private and peaceful life. This change in environment is important because it gave her the opportunity to focus on personal growth and on rebuilding her life. Lindsay Lohan is married to Badr Shammas, and their family is much more private compared to her earlier life. This shows a shift towards stability and balance, which is important after the challenges she faced in the public eye. With her becoming a mother, this represents a new character in her life. It shows growth and a shift in priorities focused more on. After facing many challenges, Lohan made a comeback by returning to acting. She starred in new films like Falling for Christmas, showing a more mature, focused version of herself. This comeback is important because it shows resilience and the ability to grow from past experiences. She showed adaptability by changing from a child actress into more mature roles and adjusting her life after the challenges she's faced. She took risks by stepping into major roles early and living in the public eye, which helped shape her career early on. Her struggles show how emotional challenges can influence growth and development. She showed tolerance of ambiguity by continuing her career even when her future was uncertain. Unfortunately, I don't look like Lindsay Lohan. I don't feel like getting ready. I haven't felt like getting ready. But, okay, carrying on with the project. So question 1. I'm going to take that it's supposed to be this. This represents the possibility of failure. Did you walk 2 steps in the dark? How so? And then I wrote... Okay, I'm going to show you it's all typed out. Okay, I showed you it's all typed out. Okay, and then I wrote... This book shows how she made mistakes and grew from them later on. It was upsetting to know the things she put herself through, so I am personally happy for her growth. Number 2. Is the product truly original, or is it derivative? Okay, we get the point. What are the examples that you have through research? My project is both, I'd say. I took the idea from Mean Girls and implemented it like how I was told to. I don't really know what it means by what examples that I have through research, but, like, really the only original thing about this is my creative parts on this, because everything else is from the web, like all of the stuff inside's from the web. This book's from the movie. Yeah, so really, my little creations that I did with the pictures and like the little quotes I wrote. I only wrote a few quotes though. Is care evident or are shortcuts taken? No shortcut was taken with this thing, dude. This thing took forever. It took a very long time. I don't mean to say it like that, but it did take a very long time. It was fun to do though when I did it. Is there ample evidence that you worked hard on the project, or does it look like you just slapped it together? I did describe in the beginning how I made the project, so it's really just how you view the project, if you think it was rushed through or not. I don't think it was. I put a lot of time and effort in this. Let's not go to the blank pages. But yeah, I said that as I went through to the blank pages. This applies to those projects that are dealing with some type of communications. Was the context strong? It was until you listen to my speech, and then it's not as strong. Just because of me, like, not being able to process things through correctly. Just me having too much to say. And then I do feel as my context was strong while forgetting my speech. My speech was terrible. So we don't talk about that. This applies to those projects that are inventions or for some sort type of use. How well does this work? I would say this is a scrapbook but with more words within it. But it opens and closes. I mean, it's really thick, bro. So it has a little strap on it. But it opens and closes, so it does what it's supposed to do. And then my self-analysis, I did have to do a little preparation. Okay, I'm sorry, preparation for this. Like, I had to look up, like, the book and stuff, and, like, what it looked like. And then I had to look up the research inside. And then I had to get my stuff. I had to go to the store and get my stuff. I had to order my printer ink. I had to order a printer. Yeah. Frustration. You seen a little bit of it just now. But like I said, I had to order a printer, my printer ink. It was just everything else that not like connected to the project, but not really. And then my research was done by reading articles about Lohan, so I did have verification that my research was correct. But other than that, I don't really know what to say else. This is just Lindsay Lohan. Yes.